Yeah, when your body is having reactions that your brain is going, why is that happening? Like, there's no reason. There's no reason.
Right.
This is where you have had distrust between your brain and your body, because you guys do the, oh, I think I want to die thing. This is where it comes, the body's taking a, what do you want to call it? Not revenge, but it's definitely saying, by the way. Because your brain or your mind is saying, your spiritual will, we'll call it, is saying, change is okay, change is safe, breaking habits, dealing with survival instinct, all that stuff, right? So your brain, mind, spiritual will is going, this is how we're going to do this whole new life. And you've done it a lot. We've watched it. Whole new life, whole new life, whole new life. And your body says, I don't listen to a damn thing you say. This is one of the reasons why you guys don't have the control of the physical form that you're actually capable of having, is because your body has turned you off. It doesn't listen. It just doesn't listen to your brain. In this kind of a relationship, it listens to the things that keeps your heart beating and things, obviously. But there's a very specific mechanism that would give you all kinds of control and power over the way your physical form operates that is turned off, because the way you all use that physical mechanism, that connection point, the way you guys use it is to say, I wish I were dead, too many times, to where the body just finally says, okay, shut up.
Okay, well, I don't say that anymore. So
No.
now
Yes, exactly. So there's a period of time that occurs where your body has to, in essence, start to trust you. And that's where you are. You're in that phase. There's a progress that this takes. You're in the phase where your body still doesn't trust you. Mm-hmm. And so sometimes your body will scream and yell because that's what it's used to doing. Mm-hmm. So it's an outshoot of the survival instinct. Your body screams and yells because that's what it's used to doing. And you go, why are you doing that? And it's like, well, because you've been screaming and yelling at me for 40 years. So that's what I'm used to hearing. That's all you've ever said is, you know, you're too fat, you're too skinny, you're too tall, you're too short, you're too old, you're too not old, you're too this, you're too that. And it's so all of a sudden you stop giving your body those messages, and the body still, it's like playing ping pong, right? You hit the ball to it, and it hits the ball back. You hit the ball to it, well, the ball is, you suck, and the body throws it back. You suck, be afraid. You suck, be afraid. Be afraid, be afraid. Basically, you played be afraid ping pong for 40 years, and then you stop playing ping pong, and it's still swinging the paddle, going, wait, this is all I know how to do. And then eventually, when you don't keep giving it those messages, it's like, okay, there's a new game in town.
Okay, so after that, and I went back up, and I was sitting with myself, and I was totally fine, although I was having a nervous response, but I was not worried in my head at all. And I was watching it. And then the survival instinct started to come in, and like the most random, weird stuff was popping into my head. And I was also able to observe that and go, okay, that's kind of goofy. I haven't worried about that in 16 years or something to that effect. Very strange.
Ping pong paddle.
Yeah, but it was almost like it came up the brainstem even higher, like it was trying to get into the actual thinking mechanism, you know? And it was brilliant that I got to observe it and just watch it, and it did eventually all calm down. But
yeah,
it's good.
So again, just like we talked about with Kristen, you guys are both in a dynamic that takes practice, takes a little bit of reprogramming neural pathways, so it's going to take a little bit of, quote, time. And maybe instead of saying time, because that indicates that like there's some length of experience, it's going to take some experiencing to change the patterns that you have habituated.
And that night was a perfect example of a way that my body, I think, is going to learn to trust.
Mm-hmm. Well, exactly, because it's a lot like with the kids when they're little and they're scared for some reason, and you stay calm. Mm-hmm. And the kids go, oh, maybe I don't have to be scared, right? If there's like, let's say, fireworks going off, and they're scared of the sound, right, because it's loud, and you say, but look how pretty it is. And they're like, oh, and then eventually, doesn't have to be there anymore because they realize, oh, that big boom is up in the sky. So it's technically not, but they can think it's up in the sky with pretty things. So it's a reassociation. So basically that's what you're doing, is you're making a reassociation between things that your system thinks it should be yelling about. And you saw how when you calmed down, it went looking for things to yell about.
It really did.
Because it wants to play fear ping pong. Because that's all it knows how to do.
Yeah.
And we'll go looking. We told you guys that all of a sudden Veronica was worried what people she worked with when 25 years ago thought of her. She's like, seriously? Like, where the hell did that one come from? Right? 25 years ago. Yeah.
All right. Thank you.
You're welcome.